Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So for today, we're going to be doing some really simple spring nails. And when I say simple, it's actually going to be simple today. I felt like it was a really good idea to just sit down and do something kind of beginner friendly because I don't know, I feel like my last few sets have just been a bit much. And I feel like that's not really fair to all of the beginners who watch my channel for content or whatever the case may be. So hopefully today, this is a good set for beginners. Now the set we're going to be doing today is actually something that has been popular for a couple of years now, and it's the nude to white ombre nails with the butterflies and flowers in the middle. And believe it or not, I have never done these nails, and the first time I ever saw these was on Instagram by Nails by Jessica 818. And if you don't know, Nails by Jessica is on YouTube as well, so definitely go ahead and subscribe to her channel. But anyways, that is what we're going to be doing today, so let's go ahead and get into it. Also, quick disclaimer before we do that, my allergies are like kind of making a statement today. They're on 10 right now. So if I sound a little bit sniffly or congested, that is why. My apologies. And I don't want to take any allergy meds right now because if I do, I'm going to fall asleep. So yeah, we can't do that. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. So here is what my natural nails are looking like today. They don't look terrible. I think I'm just going to go straight in with my peel off base coat. And for that, I'm going to be using my Macard peel off base coat and a little bit of cuticle oil. So I'm first going to go in with the smallest drop of this cuticle oil. And then I'm just going to rub this into my nails and my cuticle area as best as I can. I really like to make sure that I have enough cuticle oil, especially with the peel off base coat that I'm using for today, because this one does stick pretty well and I want to make sure that these come off immediately after I'm done with this nail set. However, with that being said, don't add too much because you won't be able to finish the nail set because it'll be popping off. So yeah, this definitely takes a good while to kind of find what ratio works best for you. So you may need to play around with it and see just how much you need personally for how you do your nails and for how long you want them to stay on. And now I'm going in with 2 layers of the peel off base coat, and I am going in with 2 layers because the oil on the bottom is going to make it so that there's kind of like air bubbles and spaces where this base coat doesn't touch. So the second layer is just going to help to close off any like gaps or anything in between. And I'm going to go ahead and cure this for a full 60 seconds. So that first layer is on, and what I meant by like there's going to be like holes in it is like, as you can see on the edge, it's kind of starting to separate because of the oil. So the second layer is just going to make sure that I close off all of these gaps, because if you don't, that product is going to end up seeping through and sticking to your actual nail plate. And that's really just going to defeat the purpose of having the peel off base coat, because if that happens, these are going to be very hard to take off. So yeah, now I'm going to go in with a second layer. Okay, so my nails are nice and prepped, and I also went ahead and sized out all of my nail tips for today. And of course, to glue these on, I'm going to be using a little bit of base coat. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down using my tip cutters. And because I do want these to be beginner friendly, I'm gonna cut them pretty short. I'm thinking like here. I think this is pretty okay. Like it's not too short. I mean, it's definitely short for me. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut to here. Okay, and now I'm just going to shape up the free edge a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy. And now I'm also just going to kind of shape up the sides of these nails. Because there's going to be an ombre, I don't want the sides of these tips to be poking out. So I'm just going to file them in a little bit. Okay, so I have decided that I kind of want to do polygel nails today. So I'm just going to go over the entire surface with a layer of base coat, and I will come right back. Okay, so before we get into the polygel application, I first have to get down the white background and those butterflies. Now, because I don't have a white polygel, I'm just gonna go on with some white gel polish. So first, I'm just gonna paint this white gel polish onto the tip of the nail. And now I think I'm just gonna take this fan brush to try and blend out the edges. I wanna make this as blended as possible so that the ombre is nice and smooth and so that there's like not a harsh line in between the nude and the white. Okay, so I have that white on and now I'm gonna start gluing on or sticking on some of those butterflies. So I have these butterflies. I got these probably like a couple years ago, so they're kind of old. Now in the reference photo, they are blue butterflies, but I don't know if I want to do blue. I really like these orange ones as well as the pink ones. Like these are really pretty, but also I feel like the blue just works. Like the blue just like looks so good. So I don't really know. I don't know. I think I'm leaning more towards the blue. I think I understand why the reference photo used the blue because it just looks like really good. Okay, so I lied. I think I'm actually gonna do the orange ones instead because I don't know. I kind of want to be a little bit different. I don't want to do exactly what the reference photo did. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some of these orange ones. Now because my nails are a lot shorter than the reference photo, I don't exactly know how many I can fit on these nails. So I'm just gonna pick these up and place these on my nail. Do I like that? Do I like the orange? I don't know. Let's just try it and see. Okay, I think I like the orange butterflies, so we're just gonna stick with it. Although I think I want to change this one. I think it's a little bit too small. So before these start to lift up, I'm just going to go over these with a little bit of base coat, and I'm making this layer super, super thin. Okay, so now that I have all of the butterflies on, I think I'm gonna add some of these little flowers here. And I'm thinking I wanna stick to the orange ones just so that they match the butterflies a little bit better. Now I'm thinking I might actually want to like cure these down using some rhinestone glue. I'm assuming that in the reference photo, they actually used acrylic to glue these down, but I'm using polygel today, so that's obviously not gonna work. Okay, so I just kind of like broke some up. As you can see, it's kind of like, it looks like a mess. It is, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna take some rhinestone glue and place this onto the areas I want it to stick. And I'm not gonna apply too much because I do have to go in and encapsulate everything. So I'm just gonna take these little flowers and just place them where I have the rhinestone glue. And I'm gonna try and make it look like they're still kind of attached to one another because I kind of broke them up a little bit too much. Okay, so I think that is all I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. So by this point in the video, I did kind of just stop talking. So for this portion, we're just going to have this as a voiceover. So I'm just starting off by getting into my Polygel application. And for today, I am using Le Carré from Macart. And for my slip solution, I am using the Model 1 slip solution. And I'm just going to be creating a nice ombre between the nude and the white. Now, I really did like using this color because it was super easy to create that ombre, mainly because this is kind of a sheer color. So I don't really have to work too hard to make it like a nice blend. One thing I will say is that the more I use the slip solution, the more I do not like it. Like, I just feel like alcohol works a lot better. And that's mainly because I find that this Model 1's slip solution makes the acrylic really soft, but also on the other hand, it's too soft and like it moves too much. So yeah, I kind of had a difficult time trying to get this polygel on today. And also because I just really wasn't feeling it today, my application is really like not great. And I'm not really someone who considers myself to be really that great at polygel. Even still, this was probably the worst polygel application I've done in a very long time. But you know what? I think I was able to kind of save it in the shaping process. So yeah, I'm just going to continue to create that ombre between the nude and the white, and we will come back to cap everything off in the end. So the application is done, and this is what these nails are looking like. So now we're going to go ahead and start shaping up these nails, and the first thing I'm going to do is shape these sidewalls and undersides of my nails using my 8080 grit nail file. And just so that you guys are aware, I did make sure to wipe off that sticky layer before I started shaping up these nails. And if you don't know, you really want to make sure to wipe off that sticky layer from the polygel. Otherwise, it's going to get stuck in your nail file and your drill bits, and it's just not going to be a fun time. So definitely do make sure to wipe off that layer using a little bit of alcohol. And now I'm going in with a ceramic bit just around my cuticle area. And for this part, I'm really just making sure to correct my apex and to also do a little bit of debulking. As I said in the beginning, my application was really not giving today. So I kind of had to do a lot of debulking and just make sure that everything was nice and like structurally correct, if that makes sense. And now I'm going back in with my nail file to file the length of my nail. Okay, and now I'm going back in with my ceramic bit just to kind of smooth out the surface of these nails. I like to do this in place of buffing the nails because I feel like it creates a smoother surface. Not to mention, it's a lot more effective and faster. So yeah, and I'm lazy, so that definitely makes a difference for me. But you really want to make sure that you are just lightly grazing over the surface and not putting too much pressure. Otherwise, you will start to create divots and dents in your nail, and you really don't want that. And afterwards, I'm just going to shape up the free edge using that same nail file. And lastly, I'm going to go back to my drill bit and just kind of file underneath the nails a little bit. Now, because I do have that layer of white gel polish on the nail tip, I'm not going to go too crazy. Okay, so I am back and this is what my nails are looking like after I went ahead and shaped these up. And also I did kind of like pause talking because y'all, my allergies are really like stressing me out. I don't know, like they don't care about my feelings. Like, why are you doing this to me? You know, like when I'm trying to film, that's just like so disrespectful. But when I'm done with this, I'm gonna take some pills and take a nap. Anyway, now I am going to just finish this off with a layer of top coat. But before I do that, I'm just going to wipe off these nails with some isopropyl alcohol because they are very dusty and ugly right now. And I'm curing this for a full 60 seconds. And now I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off with a little bit of cuticle oil. And that completes today's set. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one. This nail set is probably not my greatest work, but I just really wasn't feeling it today. But even still, I feel like this nail set came out very nice. Now, in my last video, I did say that I wanted to start rating my nail sets. I would definitely give this nail set a 7.5 out of 10. Now, the reason for that score is because I don't really think I did a great job on the shaping. Number two, I do think that I applied the white gel polish a little bit too low on my pinky nail, so you can still see like that delineation, if that makes sense. And three, I feel like the flowers kind of make this nail set look like a pale yellow when I was kind of going for white, so yeah. But even still, I think I overcame my difficulties and it looks really, really nice in the end. I do think that if I were to redo this nail set, I would definitely do a different color and make these a little bit longer because I don't know, I'm just a like long nail girly, you guys already know. But of course, I would love to hear what you guys think of this nail set in the comments. This week, I will definitely be coming back with something a little bit more interesting for you guys, so definitely do stay tuned for that. I really want to start getting into summer nails, but I don't really have any ideas for that yet, and I also want to do my anime nail series, but I also don't have any ideas for that either. So there is a lot on my mind, a lot that I'm thinking of, and I'm so excited to kind of tap into all those different things. But as always, I wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in the next one.